Hey guys, um, it looks like I might look like I'm crying or I cried because I did. I rewatched the episode again and I cried again. It was really sad. Um, so I'll put in the description, but just so you know, spoilers. Obviously, it's the episode before the season finale. People already knew someone was gonna die, so spoilers. But I'm gonna continue. Um, I'm not actually gonna talk about the death scene yet. I'm gonna mention other things before I get into that. So first thing I want to mention is that I still think this season shows a lot of the capabilities that Dylan can do. Just because he's still playing the Nogitsune and he's still playing Styles, so he's still playing the kind of normal, sarcastic, witty Styles, and he's still playing the really creepy evil and just ruthless Nogitsune, and he's playing them both really well. It's also the fact that it looks like Styles is getting worse and worse, which you would think that Nogitsune is getting better, and like maybe because that's usually what you think when two bodies kind of split up in a weird way. One gets weaker, the other gets stronger, and it seems like the Nogitsune is getting stronger, but it seems at the point maybe just because he just looks really tired, but maybe that's just supposed to be, I don't know, a more like evil look for him. He looks, maybe he's stronger in terms of power, but in terms of like his body, he doesn't look so much stronger. But that just might be like a effect kind of a thing. But Styles does look paler and weaker, and he did collapse at the end of the episode. The hug that he had with his dad was really sweet, and the fact that he knew his dad's keys were in the cup, that was really cute and sweet. The fact that Parrish is still showing up as well is nice. Not that he wouldn't show up, just that it seems that they're bringing him in more, and considering he also said that the reason why he came to Beacon Hills was he was kind of drawn there, makes me think that he's maybe going to be a supernatural creature in the next season, or maybe he already is one, or just he's going to maybe play an important role. I could be totally overthinking it, and he could not be an important character. Just that line makes me seem like he's going to play a bigger part. What else? Meredith, the other Banshee, or I'm pretty sure that they confirmed that she was another Banshee. And how I did watch Wolf Watch just because I couldn't not see the preview for the season finale. How Christian Taylor said she was going to show up in the 5th season. That means she's going to probably play a bigger role, and her and Lydia might work together. So that'll be interesting to see. And she's an interesting character, including the fact that she came from an insane asylum. Which makes me wonder how they're going to work it together, considering I would think that she would maybe go back, but I don't know. Maybe that they're going to have her stay out for some reason. Coach, I'm glad he's okay, and the fact that he was a hero in this episode and helping Meredith out was really cute, and awesome, and just the fact that it seemed like he was bullied explains a lot about his personality, but at the same time it's really sad, the fact that Coach was bullied. There's nothing wrong with being a coach or a high school teacher, okay? It's a perfectly reasonable job. It's great. not anything to be bullied. And I can't imagine his job being any better. He's like I guess he's technically a doctor with those, like, scrubs, but he's in an insane asylum. I can't imagine that's a great job at all. I would think a teacher's job would be better. Not that there's anything wrong with those jobs either, just for me personally, that just seems really hard to work with. And I just can't see how that, in terms of jobs, would be better than a teacher. I don't know. So it's the fact that he apparently gets to bully people. Maybe that's what he likes about it. I don't know. Sorry if any of you are insane asylum workers or know anyone. I'm not dissing you, just the character itself. But that's the point, though. He's supposed to be not a likable character. Lydia. Oh my god. She played a good job. She did a good job. And I like the scene at her car where it's like, just where Isaac was saying it smells strongly of emotion. Now it's just like fear and just like, no, anger. It's like, yeah, that sounds like Lydia. Yeah. That was good. But she did a good job being, like, really scared, but also being kind of, like, they're gonna find you, and you're worried about it, kind of a thing, and, like, you should be. Which is funny, because she knows they're there, but at the same time, she doesn't want them to be there. So it was kind of weird saying, like, her saying, they're here, and then when they go show up to save her, they're like, why are you here? When she already knew, but I guess even if you didn't want them to be there and you knew they were there, you'd still be like, why didn't you come? Come on, I told you not to. I didn't want you to. I like the fact, though, that her and Meredith, bringing it back, seemed to communicate. She brought up, like, you got my message, right? So... Or she might have been thinking about the thing with the car. I don't know. But if her and Meredith could, like, talk to each other, that'd be really cool. But she did a good job. The fact that the Nogitsune has the Oni, oh my god. I mean, he's just gonna end up making a lot of chaos and killing a lot of people. I can already tell that. Also, including the fact that it's showed in the preview, and if you guys haven't seen that either, I'm sorry, I'm gonna mention a little bit of it. I think it was Melissa. It seemed like she had blood on her mouth, so I think she got stabbed, and I think there is some a fight or like chaos going out in the hospital, so I think she might have gotten hurt, and it showed some clips with Scott's dad, which that moment with him and Scott, the fact that Scott was just like, accidents happen, it's fine, the fact that you left, but I get why he left though too. But maybe they can work on that now and get close together, although he's been missing for a while, and the fact that it may not happen, but the fact that his mom and his dad might get back together, because I really want the sheriff and Melissa to get together. Yeah, I think Melissa got hurt. I think the sheriff also got hurt. I can't remember, or no, he blocked, I think, Melissa getting hurt again, or someone from getting hurt. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Deaton. Yeah, there you go. Because Deaton also gets hurt by the Nogitsune or the Oni. So a lot of people getting hurt, it seems like, next episode. A lot of stuff is going to happen. God, I don't know if I'm ready for it. And the fact that it seems like... I also had to watch it because it seemed like I want to make sure no one else is going to die. But it seems like Stiles is going to try and sacrifice his self, which he mentioned in this episode too, that he doesn't want anyone else to get hurt because of him. And some did in this episode, and so I imagine that also makes a big impact on his psyche, and pushes him more to sacrifice himself. Also including the fact that he collapsed at the end of the episode, and then in this episode you see Lydia supporting him. And so, it means he's getting weaker, like I mentioned, with the weaker and the stronger thing. And so, sorry, I keep saying that. It's gonna push him more, and I think there was a scene with himself stabbing himself with a sword in the preview for next week, and him falling down. I don't think he's gonna die, though, just because I think someone mentioned, that him dying would be kind of predictable, because it is, and that's not something that Teen Wolf and Jeff usually do go for the predictable route, but, and, you might, and I like the fact that it showed both, I think Derek's saying, trying to get them all to fight, that Scott would do anything to protect his friends, and then when they're going into the school, Scott's saying that my goal is to protect you, that's always been my goal. Always. And so that's always really cute, the bromance. Okay. I'm wondering if the Nogitsune, if they're going to really deal with the Nogitsune in the season, this next episode, because it's an hour long, and so you can get a lot done in an hour, or 45 minutes with the commercials and stuff, unless it's a longer episode. But, just the fact that he got an army, and there seems to be a lot of chaos. I don't know if they're going to deal with the Nogitsune and, kill him or whatever, or figure out something with him. Just, it seems like an hour wouldn't be enough time, so I'm wondering. But they seem to, in every season, even in 3A and now 3B, to somehow resolved the villain of that season to the point where they're like gone or they're not mentioned the next season. So maybe, I don't know, they're going to deal with it somehow. Also, Peter, I think since he wasn't in this episode, he's out looking for Malia right now, because Malia, you know, is his daughter, and he was told that, so I think that's what he's doing right now. We also still don't know what happened to Aiden and Ethan. I think I might have mentioned that. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Technical issues, and my camera flipped, so I mentioned it in the 3 minutes I had to talk the next time. Or I might have done it this time. But anyways, we don't know if they're okay, because they need certain types of wolfbane, and, you know, Derek's with them, and he wasn't at the fight, and Argent showed up at the end, so maybe he helped them before he came, which is why it took so long for him to show up. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Getting sad already. The other thing is that the people that were shooting Ethan and Aiden seemed like a big person. I think it was a woman. I think I remember them saying she. Maybe it was the one that broke Chris out of prison, because I remember her being mentioned. Also including the fact that I think that was the same person that was hurting Peter and Derek in the beginning of the season. But we'll see. So lots of stuff open-ended, and hopefully will be answered. Okay, last part of this video, because it's getting long, the death. Oh my god. So Allison died, and I think the most sad part for me was for Chris, because he's already lost his sister, his dad, his wife, and now his daughter. He has no one left. No one. And that's just, for me, really sad. And I feel like, also, the conversation that Scott and Allison had was just really sad, because they're talking about the first love and stuff, and that's also sad in terms of Isaac, because Isaac really liked Allison, and just to hear that, because, you know, he could hear that with his werewolf hearing, and he loved her, and, you know, Allison loved Isaac in a way, but not the same way she would always love Scott, and just that scene between them, and the fact that she never told Scott what she wanted to tell her dad, and like the crying and the just and then the Lydia screaming Allison, and the fact that they were best friends, and that's what the first thing she asks is Lydia okay? And oh my god, it's heart-wrenching, and I cried so much, and I cried a second time when I rewatched it, and and I want to mention, not that her death was pretty honorable, that's what they said, and I believe that because they made her, you know, be a hero and help everyone, and in a way, and then she ended up getting killed. The only thing I want to say is I cried a lot more, well, not a lot more, but I cried, probably was more sad with Erica and Boyd's death than Allison's, and I'm not saying I wasn't sad for either, but I was more sad with theirs, because it was sort of I was sad in a different way. I felt both not so sad, but for different reasons. For Erica and Boyd, I was more sad in the way that they were characters that we didn't get to find a lot about. There was still more to be discovered, and I felt like their deaths were too soon. Not that Allison's death wasn't also too soon. Hers was also too soon for me, but my sadness was more towards, I've known her since season 1, and she's been such a big part, and the fact that she's not going to be there anymore. Sorry, is so depressing. So different parts of sadness, and also the fact that Erica and Boyd's death was it was just not a good one. Like, not in terms of the story it was, but just in terms of their characters, it was really depressing, and how they died. Allison's was also, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm miscommunicating, but both are really sad. Both I cried, or all three of them I cried at, and it'll take me a while to get over, and we'll suffer together and mourn together. What it seemed like with Crystal's interview was that she's not coming back, but with Christian Taylor said in Wolf Watch, he said that one of the little sayings that they have is, you know, characters, what was it? I don't know the exact words, but characters never stay dead, or they could come back or something. So it seemed like Crystal might come back, but I don't think so, as much as I would like her to. I don't I don't think she is planning on it, and I don't think there could be like a reasonable way for Allison to be brought back, just because the way Peter was explained, and some of the other characters, like Jennifer was brought back briefly because of the Nematod, and Stiles was brought back sort of in a way because he was possessed and stuff, but I can't see a reasonable explanation of why she would be brought back, but, you know, maybe, who knows, we'll see, but I don't think so, but it'd be nice to be proven wrong with that, because I would like her to come back, but, yeah. Also, I wanted to say that one of the reasons why I think she was killed was because her death hasn't, as she already shown, has a big impact on Scott, and will probably make him a bit more stable, and it'll make Chris a bit more unstable, and Isaac as well. I think Scott and Chris might bond a bit more because of this loss, like how Chris and Derek seem to be bonding because of their past and how they've been losing their family. I don't know who Lydia's gonna, well, I guess Lydia will hang out with Kira, but it's sort of just like she's lost that friend, and she was one of the good friends that she had. And, I mean, Lydia is part of the pack, so she has other friends, but I mean, like, you need a girlfriend to hang out with in a group of guys. It feels like you need one to talk about girl things with. So, it's just gonna be hard to see a good female character leave. I mean, we've got Kira, not that they're substitutes for each other, but it's still hard, and it'll be hard. But I can see why he would kill her, although it seemed like he was planning on killing Isaac. But I think Isaac was just a distraction to kill Allison. So I think that Allison was his main plan all along. So yeah, I'm still gonna be really sad and upset and crying. But it was a really good episode, and it was very dramatic and emotion-inducing, and we're all gonna be left on this for a while, but I'm still really excited to see how they're gonna deal with the season finale, how they're gonna end it for that season, and just what they're gonna come up with for dealing with the Nogitsune and all the chaos that's gonna happen, and all the sadness and the more drama that we're gonna get. I'm excited for that, so I'll let you guys know. I'll review for that when that happens, and then I'll have to figure out what else to talk with you guys about, but I'll figure something out. Anyways, I'm gonna go probably eat my way into my sadness or read fanfics. Probably lots of happy fanfics, some smut. But have a good weekend. Enjoy this sun while it lasts. It's supposed to rain here on Tuesday, so I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts. But have a good weekend, guys, and see you next week. Be prepared for this Monday. Bye, guys. Love you.